Hey guys, today I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my um, journey on figuring out what was really wrong with me and essentially the fact that I had Lyme disease, and all of the things that I was diagnosed with incorrectly along the way. So the first thing that I trace back to um, way 10 years ago was that in July, my doctor thought that I had a flu. And it's obviously not flu season. And I also was diagnosed with runner's knee at the same time, but they took it as two separate things. But when you put them together, it's classic Lyme disease, when it's like an acute infection before um, before it becomes chronic. That's really how it starts out, and those are hallmark symptoms. Then it turned into insomnia, depression. Then they thought I had mono, so they tested me for that, and that was negative, but they told me that I had it anyway. Then they thought I had endometriosis, so I had to go through surgery, and they found nothing, except for a couple adhesions that were actually had like tissue that connected my bowel wall to my uterus because I had had so many inflammatory bowel problems along the way. So obviously one of the other diagnoses was IBS, um, and celiac disease, um, chronic fatigue syndrome, TMJ. A lot of these are actually symptoms of Lyme disease, but at that point they were telling me that those are the root causes of my problems. Um, so then it was chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, which are two just big umbrella diagnoses for doctors who don't want to say, I don't know what is wrong with you. Um, so I went through 11 different doctors to finally figure out what was wrong with me. Um, and the Lyme specialist that I have now, I actually found through um, a documentary called Under Our Skin. A lot of people with Lyme have seen it, and um, if you haven't, you definitely should watch it. It's from the perspective of the patient, so it's really really great. So I'll put a link to their website in the underbar, and I think it's still streaming on Netflix, but I'm not completely sure. So I basically saw Dr. Jemsek on the documentary, and I thought if he can treat this girl, he can help me. Um, and so that's how I ended up finding him. And the primary care doctor that I have now, I kind of found through trial and error, and essentially my support group that I go to sometimes when I'm feeling well enough um, helped me find someone who um, now has the standpoint of just accepting what I want to do for treatment, and that it's it's fine for me to do whatever I think is best, and he'll just sort of monitor things, which is wonderful. So that's where I'm at right now. I have a great Lyme specialist and a really wonderful primary care doctor. So things are getting there. I've had a year and a half on IV treatment, and I'm now starting orals since I had my PICC line taken out. So that's where I am right now, and yeah, so that's the journey so far. Um, so I will see you guys next Friday.